Hey everyone, testing. Let's see if you guys can hear me. What's going on? Let's see. Hey everyone, testing. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Okay. Is there an echo here? Let's see. Oh. There is an echo. Let's see. There's an echo. Yes, that's the echo. That's the echo. Thank you for those who are already on it. Love y'all. Yeah. Thank you guys. Okay. Present. Doing the thing. Let's see. Can y'all hear me? Let's do this. We can. Let's see. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Welcome to the Water Dragon. Welcome to the Water Dragon. Okay, welcome Cheryl King. Share love. Thank you for being here. I usually don't have people. Well, I do on and off, so I do appreciate you guys being here. Let me see if I can make it work and see you guys. Okay, so right away I want to tell you this will be recorded. This will be on YouTube as well. So if you do not want to show your faces, that is fine. There's no problem with that. I understand. I do want to welcome you guys for being here. So we're gonna go in pretty deep. It really doesn't matter if you read the book or anything. I very much don't mind breaking down the slides and getting into it here. So I'm just checking everything. So we're gonna go in pretty deep. Okay, so I always just want to make sure that it can be heard on YouTube. So once again, it is being recorded. It is on YouTube and it is live. So once again, thank you guys for that are here at this time. You can ask questions or you can this is a book study, so you may know more than me. I'm simply facilitating, holding space, and so it is. All right, once again, to everyone else that will be watching this later, thank you very much. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is a spiritual book study by the Water Dragon. Welcome back. Today is Friday, part 1, week 5 of Mind Magic by Kevin Fulton. Okay, let me see. I want to show myself, so let me go ahead and do that right now, because I usually, hold on. I'm just situating myself a little bit. We go in very deep at this time, so we're going to go in deep. We're going to go in deep. We're going to a lot of Mind Magic by Kevin Fulton. Let me see. There we go. Here I am. Here we are. Okay. The only reason I'm not going to put my camera on is because on my slide, it kind of gets in the way. So maybe I'll do this better. Okay, I'll do this better. Let's just keep going from there. It's easier for me to read the slides. Let's go. Okay. So from week 1, this has been the staple statement: introduction, ascension. Ascension is the goal of this lifetime for those who are spiritually awakened. So we need to come to the understanding and knowing we don't exist, yet we are real. Yes, we are real, yet the physical form is an illusion. So I get into this in many of my other slides in prior weeks. I break it down extensively as to why. That's why a lot of this is kind of repeated. The first 3 slides are kind of reviews, recaps, so we can get into the understanding that we're more than our physical bodies. Essentially, that's what that means. Okay, so right here, once again, ascension. You are not your mind and you are not your body. These are actually tools available to your authentic inner self, consciousness, or pure being. These different words all indicate the same thing, and that thing is experience as pure presence by Kevin Fulton. Okay, that's one of the basically the reason why I chose the 2 books that I've chosen: Astral Projection by Ophiel and Mind Magic by Kevin Fulton. Kevin Fulton was the initial book that caught my attention. Basically, he gets right into it. He explains you're not the mind, you're not the body. You're more than that. They're just tools. Okay. So this part right here is kind of like my own download. It gets really deep. It says, consciousness is everything. Knowing you're a pure being that observes itself in the physical form. So I'm a clear channel. I also channel. So one of the words that I got when I was channeling was the word observator. So where I had to like double check, make sure, am I channeling correctly? And the channeling came through as, yes, you are the observator. Okay, it's to say you are the conductors. Oh my, hold on a sec. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So I just want to remind everybody at any point, if you want to say something or, if whatever you are inclined to say. Okay, well, I just checking on how it sounds on the YouTube. Okay, let us continue here. Okay, so this was, like I said, the word observator came in as a download, basically, as I was channeling. If you go on my YouTube channel, The Water Dragon, keyword ascension, you put The Water Dragon Ascension, you'll find me and you'll see that I've channeled that. I channeled the word observator, which means you're the conductor as the observator, quote unquote, observator of your world. Okay, so we're literally a consciousness that conducts its own life force energy. Consciousness creates its own soul. Yes, I had to double check that myself. That's how powerful the eye is. The third eye that everyone's speaking of is that's what observation means. That's what consciousness means. That is what observator is, the third eye, essentially. Consciousness creates its own soul. Consciousness is the all greater than the soul, greater than the light body. That was another channeling that I got. If you look into my work, one of the channelings that I received from the Dogon people. So there's Dogon people that have ascended, and they said they have ascended greater than the dog star, greater than the light body. So that is the potential and greater than that we can be as human beings. We're infinite. Human beings, all of humanity is greater than they know. And then let's continue. So consciousness is all greater than the soul. Greater than the light body. You can ascend greater than the light body. Okay, I'm sorry, repeating myself. Humanity, we're simply eyes looking into our own reality to learn lessons. We are literally the nothingness. I call it also the nothingness. The nothingness is consciousness, because nothingness is the pure potential. Anything can come from a blank slate, a vast slate, right? So we create a physical form simply to learn lessons. We incarnate in a physical form simply to learn lessons. Once again, you are not victims of your own manifestations. We have incarnated here. We chose to incarnate here. So the life lessons that are difficult are lessons we chose to learn. So we have to look into it and find out why we learned these lessons, why we came at this time to learn these lessons, and know we're greater than our lessons. We learn the lessons and move on and become greater. Okay, so once again, you are not victims of your own manifestations, basically. Create now humanity with deliberate purpose. Consciousness also refers to what is called the third eye, as I was saying. We are the consciousness that creates our reality. Consciousness can be broken down as well, because that was another channeling. I was just saying, I constantly said we were just consciousness, we're just consciousness. And like I said, I'm a clear channel. So I channeled, we're not just consciousness. As consciousness, so we're more than the physical body, more than the light body, more than the astral and so on, right? But then as observers that create the many layers of bodies and awareness itself can be broken down into many layers. So it was a whole download. So that's why I always keep this one right here. So consciousness can be broken down as well, just like the many layers of planes and bodies. Consciousness has different levels of awareness based on many different factors. I can get to that at a later date. I can probably get a download and channel that. I don't know if that should be in a slide or just channeled. Usually I just channel things, but we'll see. Simply remember, humanity, you cannot be victim of life circumstances. Always manifest your reality with presence, attention, and intention. Just saying we are an awareness is the very basic, because we don't even understand that much. And once again, that was a download from it the other day. All right, let's continue. Okay. Okay, so this piece right here is also from last week. So this is chapter 2, week 4. So let me see right here. Now because I wanted to go into the schedule. I should have put the schedule first, because the schedule is more so of a guide, because I haven't been able to follow through with the schedule that I set, because astral projection, I have been breaking it down. That's why I've been getting all those downloads with consciousness, because as I was reading the book, I wanted to understand, what do you mean we're not the body? What do you mean we're not this? Like, how does that, what do you mean? Because like, if someone hurts you, you can feel it, but it's beyond the mind. It's simply the consciousness. So So this is basically, I say that just to say that this is a recap. This slide goes back to week 4, probably maybe even week 2. So the art and practice of astral projection by Oldfield. But we don't get into the art and practice of astral projection today. We do it tomorrow. Presence, attention, and intention. So that goes back to the understanding that we're not the physical body, and we should say we are not only the physical body, we are not only the mind, and we're not only the thoughts which program the mind. So we're many layers of existence. So I get into this piece in regards to meditation at the time. So I broke down how, meditation should be done. You have presence, which is passive, the now, the state of fact of existence occurring. So an example for that would be, you may simply enjoy the experience of pure being. Okay, just know that there's the now, only the now. Because time is an illusion, another illusion, along with the mind and the body. Okay, so attention is active now. So you're paying attention to the presence. So attention is concentrating on a discrete aspect of awareness. An example of that was focusing your awareness on your intention while experiencing the state of presence. Be very clear about your deeply felt desires. So know what it is that you want to manifest. Okay, in the presence, state your attentions and go from there. The next one is intention. What are your intentions of your attentions? Right? That's what I say. Example is a deliberate focus around your purpose. Then you will find them manifesting with effortless ease. So to me, in many ways, this is like a big time law of attraction. This is, to me, big time law of attraction. This is how I feel. This is the many ways of manifesting. Having complete awareness of the inner world, the inner layers. That was one of the subjects that I really got deep into, was the different planes of existence. You have the etherical plane, astral plane, the lower astral, the higher astral, the mental plane. Those were all last week. We got into that. So once you have a hold and a grip of the knowing that you're simply presence, it becomes really easy to manifest. Okay, so this is also kind of like an intro, I would say. This one is slide 1 too. Like I said, it's kind of like a recap. Discipline. So in everything in life, including spirituality and seeing things actually happen, you need discipline. And that's like the hardest thing, even for me, right? No one's perfect. So discipline. What do people that are disciplined? I say they commit. Disciplined people are true to their word. They avoid temptation. They take care of themselves, whether it's hygienically, mentally, spiritually, whatever that is. Diet, eating well. They work at developing good habits. They set boundaries and follow schedules. That part, I need to work on schedules. They revel in routine. They lead with their mind over their mood. So like, even if they don't feel like doing something, they get up and do it. Working on that as well. They clearly define their goals. So when you're disciplined, you are truly committed. You do not let your mood define who you are. That probably is another form of discipline, in that once you have a control of your awareness, and you know yourself greater than the physical form and the mind, you no longer let your emotions control your mind, because you're more than that. So yes, that's a lot of discipline, right? Just in that in itself. Okay, let's keep going. So discipline and meditation. So in order to get into the inner worlds and understand yourself as pure presence, meditation is key. Meditation is key. Okay, so I get into weeks 1, 2, and 3. I think I spent a lot of time mostly in week 1 and 2 in regards to the power of meditation and presence, because that's what you need in true spirituality. You have to be able to center yourself and understand your awareness greater than the physical form in order to manipulate the physical world. You want to manipulate and do magical things, you gotta go in deep. So let me stop rambling. Okay, so discipline and meditation. Any type of spiritual work with results, we need to meditate. To experience presence and awareness, must keep a routine in meditation, setting time during your day, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. It's up to you. It's a progress. In order to know we exist beyond the physical form, you must know yourself as consciousness through meditation. Meditation is one of the powerful tools to mind magic. Meditation is cultivating the inner world in order to manipulate and manifest in the physical plane. So meditate we will. Meditation is cultivating the inner world in order to manipulate and manifest in the physical plane. So we're trying to be metaphysics. We're trying to be very powerful. All right. So hopefully you guys didn't hear that. Tell my kids to slow down because can't focus. So I honestly I wanted to talk to you guys as well, to guys who interact, but I understand maybe shy. But thank you once again for being here. You don't have to show yourself, but if you can speak, that'd be great. All right, let's get going.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, how are you doing, Cheryl?
I'm good. How are you?
Is it Cheryl? I don't want to say your name wrong. What's your name?
My name is Cher. I saw that it came up twice, but they're both me.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't too sure.
No worries.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for leading this.
Thank you. Have you read this book before?
No, I never heard about it. And I was just on Eventbrite, and then I came across, like your ad, and I was just so excited to take the book course.
Okay. It's a study group. It's not a course. It may seem like I'm teaching, but I break down the book. I study the book. So I'm just presenting it, like I'm not a guru. I'm simply learning like everybody. So that's why, if there's something, like, are you on a spiritual awakening or?
Oh, definitely. Since I was like 15, I started thinking like a certain way and like exploring, like pretty much like studying all different religions and cultures and stuff. I mean, I'm 21, so I don't know everything, but like I don't know, I'm just here to learn.
Oh, that's cool. So you're very unique. You're a very powerful soul because you're interested in this at a very young age. So a lot of people don't get interested until later, or they're born into stuff like this. So that is very powerful to be so young. I had my spiritual awakening, I think at 28 years old. But I had what they call a near-death experience when I was 12. But I regressed the experience, the whole metaphysical experience. I regressed it because it just didn't make sense. And I didn't wake up to this until I was 28. Going through YouTube videos, it was a whole journey. It's a whole journey. Maybe I'll talk about it in one of my videos or whatever. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Do you have any insight? Anything you want to say?
Let me think. I see you have on your YouTube channel, did you also talk about like astral projection or like other topics and stuff?
Yeah, I get into astral projection weeks 2 and 3, big time. So tomorrow I do part 2 where I get into the there's different methods of astral projection that Ophiel has come up with. The author is Ophiel, and he comes up with 4 different methods. The little method, the dream method, so you can astral project through your dreams. He goes through the light body method, and he goes through the symbol method. So last week I did the dream method of astral projection. We talk about, once again, we focus that we are simply consciousness. Astral projection isn't us, our souls leaving our bodies and stuff. He explains that it's consciousness that literally shifts in awareness. And so we have to get in practice of that. That's what week 4 was mostly about the dream method. So tomorrow I'll get into the light method, but before that, I was supposed to get into the little method, but for some reason I was called to go into the dream method, how to astral project in your dreams, and then go from there. And lastly, I go into the little method. So I get into, I would say, a lot of channeling on my channel. I do a little bit of past life regressions that I've done. So I have a couple people that are not afraid. They put their session online. So they allow me to put their session online. So I have a little bit of everything, but I mean, it's open to suggestions, and, whatever someone has, to input, I have no problem with. Hopefully what I said makes sense. Did it come out? Did you understand?
Oh yeah, totally. So this is more of like a personal thing, but are you interested in tarot and like have guides?
I have not gotten into tarot. I do love it. I love tarot. And I actually did take some courses into tarot, learned how to tarot, but now I'm such a channel. If I use tarot, I'm simply going to interpret the energy and channel. So I figure I'll just channel instead. But if you want me to get into tarot, I most definitely would allow mind you bringing forth information on, because it's to me like it's a community about studying, so yeah, I mean, I feel tarot to me is just a tool, because it's to say, if you're not the physical body, you're greater than the tarot. So you can tap in with consciousness and awareness. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
But as for learning purposes, most definitely, I can get into the tarot. I love the tarot because it can also correspond with like astrology. It also corresponds with the Kabbalah. It also corresponds with many things. But at the end of the day, all of that is physical representation of the vast awareness. But I say that, but I also understand studying it makes it so that we can like broaden our perspective, so we can get to that level of what in the Kabbalah is the Kether. Have you heard of the Kether?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's like the very top of the Sephiras. It's a whole thing. I've been said that's actually going to be my next. That's what I wanted to get into a little bit is the Kabbalah. After these two books.
I've heard of the Kabbalah. Could you sum it up in like?
Let's see if I can do that. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay, no problem. Let us do this real quick. Does it look familiar? Do you see it? Do you still see
Yeah, I see it. I think what I was thinking of was Kabbalah with a K. I don't know if that's like made up or
well there
something
is
different.
if you see right here it says Kabbalah. It could be spelled so many ways. That's a whole thing in itself. Oh my god, hold on. That's a whole thing in itself. In the way it's spelled, you see how it's a K right here. So
Yeah.
so I have this book by Dion Fortune, and I have another book. Let me show you, which I think is really good. Hold on. Okay, so this is actually the version I have because it was on sale for, look how the price, look at this, $2.
Oh, wow. That's great.
But it's there's really no difference in the information just because it's only $2. The information is very good. So I mean, there you can it's up to you whichever one, but this is basically the author and the book. I like it because in this book she breaks it down big time. Her introduction, she goes into where does the Kabbalah come from, who wrote it and when, why is it important, who reads the Kabbalah, how can we work with it, and then she goes into exercises. And then
Oh,
chapter
nice.
2, I mean, it goes on and on and on. And then they talk about the Sephiras. So the Sephiras are these wheels. So when I said Kether just now, I was referring to the very top of the Sephira, and the very bottom is the Malkuth, which is earth, is a whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.
That's always my explanation when I don't know, like when I just don't want to get in too deep. It's just the whole thing. So like
Yeah,
that's
for
what I
sure.
want to do.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely look into that.
Yeah. So I like to kind of read and study and practice as well, because there's one thing just to know the knowledge, is another thing to actually practice it, and so it can be effective. All right. So everything that I said makes sense, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, let's keep going. Next one. So this is the schedule that I was talking about. It down, but so with Mind Magic, we're on point. So we're week 5 and we're talking about New Age Tantra. So with Ophiel last week, I did the dream method when it came to the astral projection, the art and practice of astral projection, where we did the dream method. Next, we're going to do the body of light. And then I will go back to the little system. That's just how I feel. So I went through with it like that. Hold on. So I have my kids here and I'm trying not to make them make so much noise at the same time. So forgive me as well. All right, let's. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, continuing spiritual education. Okay, recap and review chapters 4, week 4. Paganism, ancient traditions in modern forms. Okay, so this was last week. But we're just gonna read through it real quick. Pagans celebrate the cycle of natural world, nature. The changing of seasons, the phases of the moon, astronomical alignments, the solstice, and the equinox. Associated with the cycle is the life cycle, the growth cycle, the harvest cycle, disintegration cycle, and death cycle. Okay, everything is alive. The inherent divinity within all things. Everything contains life force, consciousness, and intention. There is an infinite interconnectedness of all things. All consciousness is one. Okay, so we're continuing. Okay, so this was basically the end of paganism. So this was chapter 4. So now we're going to chapter 5, part 2. Okay. Okay, so paganism. Oh, is it? No, oh no, this is the part continuation. I messed up right here, so this is not Tantra. It doesn't go into Tantra here. We'll continue paganism, actually. So he speaks of Bell's theorem. In quantum physics, Bell's theorem indicates that information transfers can take place instantly. This implication is distressing to many scientists as it violates Einstein's theory of special relativity, which states that nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. Still, other scientists have resolved this apparent contradiction by, give me a second. Still, other scientists have resolved this apparent contradiction by posting this idea of non-logicality, which basically states that information exists in a dimension outside of space. Okay, so in paganism, he gets into creating your own rituals. He gets into like very specific ways to do things. He gives references into where you can look up how to make your own ritual. Right here, it's just really brief. Rituals from ceremonial magic commonly includes invocation and evocation, dedication and initiation, divination, and spell casting. So divination is tarot. Tarot is a form of divination. Well, is divination. It tells you about things to come, the energy you're in. That's tarot. In mind magic, you never need to physically perform any rituals and can get equal effects, results from virtual rituals. You simply perform the ritual in your imagination. So you really have to believe what it is that you're manifesting. Okay, so here I get into the difference between invocation and invocation. Invocation is the act of conjuring a deity, entity, or spirit within yourself. So you essentially are the deity to me. That's what I think. But simply activating specific qualities within your consciousness. That's what he says. This is verbatim. He says this. Simply activating specific qualities within your consciousness. Methods of performing invocations. Devotion, prayer, chanting, reciting a formal call of the deity, or elaborate ceremonies that may include elements associated with the deity and even dressing up as the deity. Okay, because it's all like imagination. Evocation is the conjuring of a deity, entity, or spirit to appear to you in external form. So evocation is external and invocation is internal. So I have a question. Have you ever done any invocation or evocations?
I've done a Maybon ritual 2 days ago, and then other than that, I mostly just studied, and I didn't really do like a real one or anything like that yet, just because I always felt like I didn't know enough, or I was just doubting myself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he just gets into creating your own rituals here. It's like whatever, because it's based on your intuition, how you feel, and of course, common sense and whatever else. But yeah. So seeking help of an entity and invocation when you're seeking insight, transformation, or to activate energies related to a specific intention. The same method used for invocation can also be used for evocation. So you can basically do the same thing for both. Prayer, everything that was said here, devotion, prayer, chanting, all that, but it's more so for external forms, okay, to appear externally. Evocation requires the creation of space in which the entity is to appear. So I put altar because I don't know if you have an altar, that's how, like a sacred space, that's where you would do that. In mind magic, this may be a physical space or an imaginary one. You may perform a ritual to dedicate yourself to a particular deity or spiritual path. Okay. You can perform a ritual to dedicate yourself to a particular deity or spiritual path. In some formal traditions, such as Wicca, dedication is a ritual used to begin a period of apprenticeship that lasts for a year and a day before the candidate can be actually initiated as a member of the group or coven. You can also perform rituals of self-initiation into a formal tradition. So there is such thing as self-initiations. You initiate yourself. These rituals vary depending on traditions, but the primary action usually revolves around the recitation of a charge or oath.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you happen to know any like communities or anything that's like, you know, either online but also like in person that I could ever go to that just kind of talks about anything about this stuff?
There is one lady. Trying to remember her name. I would say to take her class. Well, her name is Rising Phoenix. She was a mentor, but I really wouldn't. I wouldn't advise her. I don't know why I'm bringing her up, because she's real tricky. She's real tricky, but she's very popular. Another person that I've considered joining, she's popular too. Her name is Pamela. I can't pronounce her name. Maybe I'll show you.
Yeah. If you want, like whenever like the class is over, if you'd like, just so I'm not like, you know, getting in the way.
Yeah, no, I don't mind. Yeah, because I like to interact. I don't want to just be, because I'm not, this is a study. This is literally, you know, I'm not teaching.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say. But no, personally, I just just kind of have a community of my own. You can like just join, well, with heart discernment. You can on your Instagram, if you have an Instagram, look into people that may have communities, but I don't know any specific communities as of yet. So, but I'll just show you the ones that I know later if you're interested.
For sure. Thank you so much.
No problem. So we're on chapter 5, week 5 right here. So chapter 5 in Mind Magic is the New Age Tantra. So he gets into the New Age Tantra. Have you heard of Tantra?
Is that kind of like a prayer in a way?
It could be a prayer. Yeah, it could be a prayer. From my understanding, while I was reading and doing the research, it can be a lot of things. It's just many different things to get to the higher consciousness. It goes back to consciousness, the highest consciousness potential of your awareness, the third eye awareness, which is what the consciousness is. So I've heard of Tantra, but I really didn't know what it is. So I like that he did get into Tantra a little bit in this book. I actually went a little deeper just to find out what is Tantra, like what about Tantra? So New Age Tantra, the energy, body, and sex magic. So he does not get into sex here, but he explains how, have you heard of the Kundalini?
Yeah.
So he says that the Kundalini, when it rises, it can feel sexual because it hits all the focal energy points in your body, which are the chakras. It rises up until the very top. So we're gonna keep going. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear my kids in the back. Hold on, I'm sorry, hold on. Okay, Tantra is merging the individual consciousness into the infinite consciousness. So basically expansion of awareness. That's how I interpret that. So that was, that is, okay. Okay, so Tantra is for any form of esoteric activity that involves the use of sexual energy or sexual acts. Traditional Tantra is a branch of yoga that involves far more than practices related to sexuality, but that is not the focal point here. So that's when I was like, well, let me get into what it is. Okay, so classical Tantra refers to various Classical Tantra refers to various ancient Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain religious practices, all centered around seeking full spiritual awareness. Tantric sex was just one part of this path, though not necessarily the main one. But, I think human nature, the word, people love that word, the experience and everything that comes with it. So what does Tantra mean? So the word is tan means expansion and tra means liberation. So this is like, I did my own little study on that one because he didn't have all of that in the book. And I was really careful not to get off of the book because I tend to do that. I just keep researching. I'm like, hold up, let's get back to what the book is talking about. Because once I got into Tantra, it was like so much involved into Tantra. I was like, whoa, there's a lot. So I try to just get the focal point of what Tantra is. So just in case he does speak more on it, there's like there's the basic understanding of what Tantra is. Okay, so many would call Tantra a spiritual science, like astrology would be. Tantra is Sanskrit, and it literally means loom, wrap, or weave. The verbal root tan means, which on top I said expansion, so it means to extend, to spread, to spin out, to weave, display, put forth, and compose. Therefore, by extension, it can also mean system, doctrine, or work. Okay, so Tantra. These are the esoteric traditions of Hinduism and Buddhism that developed in India from the middle of the first millennium CE onwards. The term Tantra in the Indian traditions also means any systemic, broadly applicable text, theory, system, method, instrument, technique, or practice to get into the higher consciousness, basically. Traditional Tantra. Classes of Tantra in Tibetan Buddhism refers to the categorization of Buddhist tantric scriptures in Indo-Tibetan. So that to me would be like more of a text of Tantra, because now we're getting to the book of Indo-Tibetan Buddhism. Tibetan Buddhism inherited numerous tantras and forms of tantric practice from medieval Indian Buddhist Tantra. There were various ways of categorizing these tantras in India. In Tibet, there's the Sarma. So I'm not really good with pronouncing these words. I'm doing my best. So the Sarma, new translation, school categorized tantric scriptures into 4 classes. So the Sarma has 4 classes. The Nyingma ancient school uses 6 classes of Tantra. So once again, I was careful not to get into it too much, but I had to get into it. I was like, okay, so what is the Sarma? So the Sarma, tantric scriptures goes into the 4 classes, which is Kira, Karya, Yoga, and Unsurpassable Yoga. Okay, and then I got into what is the Nyingma, which is the 6 classes of Tantra, which is, so it refers back to the first 4. So the outer tantras, so they categorize the outer tantras, which are the Kira, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. The Karya, the Kriya, or Ubra Haya, and Yoga. So those are that. And then the inner tantras are different types of yogas: the Maha Yoga, the Anu Yoga, and the Anti Yoga. So, and I made careful not to go into what any of these yogas are because there's a lot of information on them. So I said, let me just break it down. What is the outer tantras, the inner tantras, what they are, and it kept it like that because it can get really deep. Okay, so chakras and the energy body. Chakras and the energy body. Once again, you are not your body. You are not your body. Identification with the physical form blocks the realization of pure being. Your body is a transient form while you are an eternal spiritual being. So you're greater than the physical body and exist in many layers. Experience pure being by establishing presence and focusing attention within the body. Okay, so hold on. Okay. Experiencing pure being by establishing presence and focusing attention within the body. This is because your physical form is an emanation of your more subtle energy body. Awareness of the energy body is an excellent indication of your degree of alignment with source energy. Okay, so this is what Kevin Fulton says, and I agree. He says, your energy body is an emanation from source, and when you are aligned with your source, that is the experience of presence and realization of pure being, it can be used as a doorway into the timeless, eternal realm of the infinite, unmanifest field of pure potential. The energy body is a channel. You can follow to its source, which is the foundation of pure being. Should say pure being right here. Hold on. Okay, let's keep going. By Kevin Fulton. Okay, so we're almost done. Chakras and the energy body. Chakras and the energy body, and I repeat again, I repeat myself a lot. That's how I study. I have to make slides. I'm real visual. So once again, you are not your body. The chakras, energy body, focal points. So the chakras are the energy body, focal points, or centers of concentrated energy that collectively constitutes its core structure. Okay, so you have the root chakra, your sacral chakra. You've heard of these, correct? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar. What are you doing, Giovanni? Oh, okay. Okay, so you have the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra. So once again, I repeat myself, the chakras are the focal points of the center of concentration, concentrated energy that collectively constitute its core structure. So the organs of the energy body allow source energy to manifest the physical body and experience its environment. So it sounds like a projection. It sounds like the source energy creates a denser version of itself to exist in the physical form, and it manifests through the chakras. That's how I'm interpreting it. The organs of the energy body allowing source energies to manifest the physical body and experience its environment. So once again, you're just experiencing your environment through the source energy. Chakras located at various points aligned to the spine. So, and from my understanding, a lot of the chakras also align to a lot of the organs in the actual body. So like your heart chakra is very much connected to the heart and so on. The connecting link between them is viewed as the primary channel through which cosmic energy rises. Activating and energizing each higher chakra respectfully. This energy is physically experienced as sexual energy. So this is where it gets into the Tantra as Kundalini. So that Kundalini energy, that's where he explains that it can feel that way. It can feel like a rise, and it comes off as a sexual energy. You can manifest with that energy as well. This energy is physically experienced as sexual energy and is traditionally known as Tantra as Kundalini. In Tantra as Kundalini. And then you have Chi as its flow through secondary channels throughout the energy body. You've heard of Chi, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Like,
I don't know what it is.
okay. I've heard of it too. Like there's Qigong, and I think it's just energy, but I'm not sure. That's something else I would have to look into. Yeah, so it's energy body. The Qi as it flows through the secondary channels throughout the energy body. Okay, chakras and the energy body. Brief exposition of each chakra. its general location, and some of its basic characteristics. There are 7 main chakras. So are all these familiar with you? Like where they're located, the sounds that are corresponding to them and all that?
I had no idea that, I knew like the heart chakra is the heart, and then like the solar is like in the stomach area, but I don't know. I don't go too like deep into it. It's really useful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the chakras, it gets really deep. So this is just like the very basic. This is like the fundamentals. So like the root chakra, the location at the base of the spine, visualized as a red flower with 4 petals, and its chant is Lam. The sacral chakra, located between the navel and pubic bone, visualized as an orange flower with 6 petals, and its chant is Vam. Do you do any of these chants yourself?
No, I don't. I know like a few of I've heard of some, but I don't know if they sound familiar, but I didn't know they're actually from the chakras.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I need to do it more, I feel, when it comes to grounding. Okay, so let's continue. The solar chakra, located just above the navel near the solar plexus, visualized as a yellow flower with 10 petals, and its chant is Ram. The heart chakra, located in the center of the chest near the heart, visualized as a green flower with 12 petals, and its chant is Yam. The throat chakra, located in the throat near the vocal center, visualized as a sky blue flower with 16 petals, and its chant is Ham. The third eye chakra, located in the center of the forehead, just above the eyebrows, visualized as an indigo flower with 2 petals, and its chant is Om. The crown chakra, located just above the top of the skull, visualized as a white 1,000-petal lotus flower. This chakra has no chant, as its sound is supreme golden silence. Okay, so that was the gist of chapter 5, week 5. So under this video in the description, there's gonna be week 5, because I also do read the books. So there's week 1 through 4 under here. I'm also gonna put week 5. So this is the astral projection. Okay. The Art and Practice of Astral Projection by Ophel. Once again, I do not get into it this week. I will put part 2 up tomorrow. You know, I don't really advertise or ask people to come for 2 days in a row, because I understand it's hard. But I do still do the slides, and I do still do the work and read it and do the slides for it anyhow. So, I mean, you're welcome to come tomorrow. If not, that's fine. It'll still be posted on my YouTube channel, The Water Dragon, and the audio, it will be under the description as well.
Thank you. How will I find the Zoom meet? I found it through Eventbrite, but I didn't see there's a part 2.
Well, if you want, I can, did you find it? Because I sent it through the email that was given to Eventbrite.
Yeah.
So I'll just do that. If you're interested, I'll send you the link. I mean, you come, I appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine. It'll be there. So it's tomorrow, same time. If you're interested, I'll be delighted.
Thank you. Yeah, I should be available. I mean, I just have some studying to do for my other classes, but yeah, I'd love to. Thank you so much for this lesson.
No problem, no problem. I appreciate it. So these are basically the 4 categories he gets into. I did the dream method. That was week 4. You would have to go back. So tomorrow I'm going to go into the light body method. Okay, so to be continued. And that is it. The water dragon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone that's going to see this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for being here as well. Hold on. So can I call you Love or Share? Is it Share?
Share, yeah. And then my middle name is Love.
Love.
So I usually go by like Share Love or Share.
Love. Okay. Thank you, Share Love. I like that. It's nice. Thank you for being here as well. I will send you part 2 tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock. And we get into astral projection, the art of practice of astral projection by Ophiel, and we get into the light body method. And I'll see you then.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.